Keynotes can be modified to display the way you want them to appear. You can also modify the contents of the Keynote data file. As you can see, I've already applied Keynotes to various components in this view. These Keynotes use the type called Keynote Number Boxed Small. I'll select a Keynote, right-click, and choose Select All Instances, Visible in View. In the Type selector, I'll choose Keynote Text. When I do, all the keynotes now appear as text rather than keynote numbers. This is still a handy way to use Keynotes since it enables me to label objects consistently without having to type all of the text. You can easily customize the way the text appears. In the Properties palette, I'll click Edit Type. In the Type Properties dialog, notice that I can include the keynote text, include the keynote number, include a box around the text, and adjust the leader arrowhead. There is currently no arrowhead. I'll click in the leader arrowhead field, expand the drop-down, and choose Arrow Field 30 degree. Then, I'll click OK to close the Type Properties dialog. All of the keynotes now include an arrowhead. I'll change the type back to Keynote Number Boxed Small. There are two different ways in which you can change the keynote value assigned to an element or detail component. You can change it by selecting the tag, or you can change it by selecting the element being tagged. For example, if I double-click on the tag M1, Revit displays the Keynotes dialog and highlights the current keynote value. I'll change this to M3 and click OK. When I do, the keynote immediately changes. If I select the cooling tower component, I can then click the Edit Type button to open its Type Properties dialog. Here, I can see its keynote value. I'll click in the Keynote field and then click this button to open the Keynotes dialog. This is the same dialog. I'll change it back to M1, click OK, and then click OK again to close the Type Properties dialog. Notice that the keynote has changed back to M1. I can use either of these methods to change any keynote. The actual keynotes are saved in the external Keynote data file. You can use the Keynote files that came with Revit or create your own. I'll open Windows Explorer. As you can see, this folder contains two text files, keynotes_imperial.txt and keynotes_metric.txt. I'll right-click and open the Keynotes Imperial text file using Notepad. Now you can see the contents of this file. The syntax is quite simple. Once you understand how the information is organized, you can easily edit the keynotes and add your own keynotes to meet your specific needs. You can also add additional levels to further organize the keynotes.